had the opportunity to discuss net metering with professionals that see the growth of the solar market, as well as other alternative energy sources, as being dependent on net metering legislation. During some of our market research and analysis, we found that people are interested in solar installation. However, the lack of net metering seems to be an obstacle for growth in this energy sector. This fact is stated by Jane Wiseman, who's Executive Director of the Interstate Renewable Energy Council, when she states, along with incentives and fair utility rate structures, these two policies form the backbone of our nation's rooftop solar energy markets and the local jobs they create. If unnecessary hurdles are removed and customers are fairly compensated for delivering clean energy to the grid, U.S. homes and businesses can and do go solar. Because none of these options are particularly attractive financially, that some of the speakers talked about earlier with buying wholesale and having to buy retail. So if you produce energy, you can sell it back at a wholesale price right now, but then you must buy it back. For instance, if you most people when they're not home, they create energy during the day, and then they buy back at night when they're back at home during the peak hours. Like was mentioned earlier, the purchase of batteries adds a 30% markup, like we were saying. These options just are not particularly attractive financially. Many customers might choose to forego the solar installation altogether, or might install only small systems that produce enough energy for immediate consumption on site. Now, in my capacity as a Rainbow Garden coordinator, I started looking at alternative energy, how could that affect agriculture and livestock needs. I'd like to use an example from the state of Vermont. Central Vermont Public Service is the largest of the 22 utility companies in Vermont. We recently started a program called Cow Power. This program is designed so that dairy farmers will install an advanced manure digestion system, which is basically a process that uses anaerobic digestion to yield usable methane gas while limiting its escape into the atmosphere. It will produce clean energy that is sold to consumers at a premium. The Blue Spruce Farm, run by the Autumn family, was the first to install such a system in Vermont. Now, the Autumn family has saved about $10,000 in electricity costs in the first year and made about $120,000. Now that is selling it back at a premium. We're not exactly talking about that today. Now I'm not advocating the Blue Spruce Farm as an example for what we should do here in Mississippi. However, I wanted to give an example for the potential of farms here in Mississippi. Would net metering legislation open the door for these opportunities in Mississippi? It is a question the legislators in Mississippi must ponder and decide on in the months that follow. And just something that happened here today, I was told that the Mississippi Poultry Association also is very interested in the possibility of net metering, using the chicken manure to run these anaerobic digesters. I'd like to end this my speech with a story. A few years ago, I got involved in solar energy while attending a solar design and installation course. In attendance of the course were many individuals who were interested in getting into the solar energy markets and the capacity of designing systems, installing systems, or both. At that moment, I realized the boom that was about to take place in the solar energy field. Today, that potential is still alive and well. However, we need net metering legislation so that we as residents of the state of Mississippi may take advantage of the alternative energy markets. Net metering legislation makes common sense for Mississippi. This legislative session let's create net metering legislation that can be put into policy for the common good of Mississippi residents. Thank you all for coming today.